Hello, how are you tonight? Welcome to Slow Flow with Jen. We are going to start reclining. It's kind of a rainy day here, so we're going to sort of warm up the body from the bottom up. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and if you're joining us live or if you're taking this class another time, thanks so much for joining in, and we appreciate all the support. So we're going to go ahead and just start out reclining. So come into whatever reclining position works for you. I'm going to start in a Supta Baddha Konasana. If just a regular corpse pose works better for you, feel free to be there. If you want any props with you, feel free to have those nearby. A block is always handy. Also, if you could, try to grab a strap. If you have a yoga strap, if not, say any kind of a tie or a towel or any kind of strap from anything like that will be useful. We're going to do a little bit of hip opening and stretching of the backs of the legs from reclining, and then maybe use this as well, doing some standing postures. So feel free to have a strap nearby, and if you don't have one, no worries at all. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. So come to your reclining position and just kind of let everything open up. Maybe let the arms and legs just recline open. Again, if you want to take that Supta Baddha Konasana with me, feel free to do so. So soles of the feet together and letting your knees fall open. Let your arms relax out to the sides. Maybe take an in-breath and just reach the arms overhead, nice and long. Take an inhale and an exhale, just letting it out of the mouth. Let the day go, let any stress or busyness or to-dos still swirling around, let all of that settle. And just come into your body. Start to pay attention to where you are in your breath. Let everything start to feel heavy into the mat. Deep inhalation and exhalation all the time, moving in and out of the nose. Your breath is what carries you through your practice. So the most important part of your practice is that deep inhalation and exhalation. Filling up completely and then emptying out completely. All the air moving in and out through your nose. Let your thoughts start to settle. Let any busyness from the day just stay off of your mat. Let this next hour be just for you, or maybe dedicated out to someone or someone else who might need it. Or just some appreciation for all those doing hard work every day. Let your heart center open, let your shoulders relax open, the palms just relaxing open, fingers naturally curl, soles of the feet coming together, letting the knees just fall out. So as I mentioned, we're going to do a lot of hip opening today on the mat, some lunging, some squatting, and also incorporating some twists as well, and just a little midweek wringing out of the body and opening up in areas that we probably are tight or just closed, typically seated or standing. Just let ourselves open up and feel grounded. Inhaling and exhaling. Start to come into your body and become more still. Soften your face, soften your brow center, your jaw. If you want to keep any word or phrase, mantra with you this evening, feel free to keep that along with you in your mind. Maybe a thought, a word, or phrase. Let go of any expectations you might have for your practice. Just let it be what you need it to be. Every time we come to our mats, feels differently. Our bodies will feel differently, will look differently, and it's okay that we are in our bodies for our practice, for what suits us in this moment. It doesn't need to look like what it did previously or what you might hope it to look like or feel like in the future. Allow yourself to be present and aware. Just take another few rounds of breath where you are. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling rooted and grounded into the earth, feeling that support of the mat beneath you. And feel the support of everyone around you and all of those practicing with you, even though we can't be together physically, we are still together. Just connecting in our communities in whatever way we can at this time. Take another inhale and exhale. Maybe your breath becomes that 5 count breath. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhaling 2, 3, 4, and 5. If that 5 count breath works for you, feel free to keep with it. Or if maybe something a little less or a little more works for you, feel free. Maybe that deep ujjayi breath that we practice in yoga, more of a bit of a hum at the back of the throat works for you. Feel free to take that. If you're not familiar, no worries at all. Just always maintaining that deep diaphragmatic breath as you breathe and move on your mat this evening. So as you're ready, start to just reach the arms overhead. Take a nice long full body stretch. Reach your legs long if you have them bent. And the feet reaching out long, so pointing the toes, flexing the feet. Maybe roll out the wrists and the ankles. And just take a nice long full body stretch. And then hug the knees in. Take a little rock side to side or front to back, whatever you need. And then let the knees fall over to the right. Just take a nice, easy spinal twist here, reaching your left arm out, left shoulder opening, and lift and replant your right shoulder blade down to the mat. Maybe the right hand can guide that top leg across. Maybe you want to reach out and extend the left leg a little bit further. Inhaling and exhaling. Just take a little twist here. We won't stay here for too long. I'm just kind of ringing out the day. If you spend a lot of time seated at a desk, which I do, and for all day long, it feels really nice to just stretch out through the sides of the legs, the IT bands, and also just let the low back release in these spinal twists. Slowly coming back through center. As you're ready, take another moment to kind of rock and go back and forth with the knees into the chest. And then when you're ready, your next exhale, let the knees go to the left. Reach your right arm out, lift the left shoulder blade and replant it down onto the mat. So soft belly as you twist, reach the right arm out to the side, right shoulder opening. The left hand guides that top leg across. Maybe you extend it out a little bit, getting more stretch through the side of the leg. Inhaling and exhaling. Every exhale, maybe see if you can twist just a little bit more. And we'll come back to more twists, reclining as well, but just doing one here at the beginning to kind of rinse out through the whole body. Inhaling and exhaling, taking one more time here. And then slowly come back through center once again. Just rock and roll, take a moment here. As you're ready, let the left foot come down to the mat and take a half dead bug on the right side. So right hand's going to come to the right side of the foot, and the left hand can guide that left hand can guide the left hip down if it wants to peel up with you. So we're just going to roll out to the right a little bit, starting to maybe straighten that right leg out to the side. Inhaling and exhaling and not letting your left side roll with you. So just reaching out through the right side. Inhaling and exhaling. Starting to open up where you probably are feeling a little bit tight. And then slowly just come back through center. Let the right foot come down to the mat. Replant yourself down. Adjust as you need to. Take a little moment to windshield wiper the knees right and left. Inhaling and exhaling. Leave the right foot down to the mat when you're ready. Take the left knee to bend, left hand to the outside of the left foot, and right hand can guide the right hip down as you let the left side start to open. Inhaling and exhaling. Every exhale, maybe you go a little further in this stretch. So left elbow bends the left knee down to the earth a little bit further, and then maybe start to reach your left leg out. One side might be a lot different than the other, so don't worry if one side goes further than the other. We're typically not very even or symmetrical in the body. We're just working towards that. So reaching the left leg out long. Inhaling and exhaling. And then slowly release. When you're ready, left foot comes back down to the mat. And take a moment just to windshield wiper the legs. Knees kind of swishing back and forth, side to side. And then when you're ready, grab your strap, or you can do this without the strap as well. This just gives you a little more length. We're going to reach your left leg long and take the strap around the ball of your right foot. So reach the right leg long overhead, holding onto the strap with the right hand, and let your left arm just release down to the mat. Try to relax your head, neck, and shoulders so you don't want to feel like you're pulling yourself up. If you're using the strap, keep it a little bit lower if you can. Left leg nice and long on your mat, and just start to reach through the back of the right leg. So you're drawing the right leg towards you a little bit further. If you're not using a strap, you can even just take the hand to the back of the calf or behind the knee. Or if you're pretty flexible, you might even just reach up to hold the toe. But the strap's a nice way to kind of adjust little micro movements a little further maybe as you go along. So every exhale, maybe you reach a little longer through the right leg. And again, try to relax your right shoulder down as much as you can. And you're not gripping in your face, relax your jaw. Maybe you just stick the tongue out and release any tension in your face. Sometimes we tend to hold in places we don't need to when something is tight elsewhere. So take another inhale and exhale as you reach the right leg a little bit longer. Maybe right toes get a little closer to you. And then when you're ready, start to let the right leg come out to the right side. So it may not go too far. Maybe just rest the right elbow down to the mat, and maybe you only go right there. So maybe it's about a 45-degree angle. If you've done this before, you can go a little further. Maybe it drops down a little further. But again, don't force it, and just stay wherever works best for you, wherever you're getting the most benefit, the most stretch out of it. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, try not to let your left side roll with you. It might want to start to pick up as you reach over to the right. And if it's better to keep the left knee bent and the left foot rooted down to the mat, feel free to do so. Or that left hand can guide that left hip down if it wants to start to lift and roll alongside or roll along with you. One more in breath and out. And then slowly start to let the right leg come back overhead. So this time we're going to revolve. Again, just switch the hand of the strap, and the right arm can just reach out to the side. And soft belly as we twist. Let the right leg go across. Again, it might not go that far. Maybe right here is the most that you're going to go. And sometimes actually going a little less far is a bigger stretch. So for me, about right here is where I'm getting the most stretch and the most benefit out of it. And sometimes when we go too far, then we're kind of just falling into it and there's not as much control. So go as far as it works for you. Soft belly, really stretching long through the back of the legs, hamstring, the back of the leg with the hamstrings and the IT band now on our right side of the leg. If you've been out biking or running or doing yard work or whatever, as the weather starts to get nicer, really important to keep stretching, no matter what other movements you're doing, other exercises. Slowly inhaling and exhaling, releasing the right leg back overhead. I'm just gonna switch hands again. Right hand holding onto the strap, left arm can come down. One more time, just getting long through that right side. And then gently bend the right knee, release the strap, and let the right leg come down and match your left. And just take a moment, a little inventory of how that right side feels differently than the left. Sometimes we are so hurried to move to the next side or the next movement that we don't pause and notice how much different that makes us feel before we move on. So right leg nice and long on the mat. When you're ready, left knee bends, left foot around, or the ball of the foot rather, around that strap. Or if you're not using a strap, no worries. Right arm's gonna come alongside you. And one side might be a good bit different than the other, so don't worry about it. Just be where you need to. Left knee might stay a little bit bent. Left toes towards you. And again, you can hold loosely on the strap a little lower. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your face, part between the eyebrows. We tend to scrunch up. Inhaling and exhaling. When you're ready, we're going to start to open the leg out to the side. And again, it might not go that far, maybe just part way. You can even use your left elbow, kind of prop up wherever you need to stay. Inhaling and exhaling again. Keep the right side from rolling with you. Maybe the right hand guides that right hip bone down, or if you want to keep the right knee bent to anchor the right foot to the mat, if that helps, feel free. Inhaling and exhaling, reaching as long as you can through that side. Nice smooth breath in and smooth breath out. One more round in and out. And then slowly come back up through center, just gently switching hands on the strap. And then when you're ready, letting the left leg go across, left arm can come down or out to the side as you twist. And again, you're twisting in the belly and you're drawing that leg across. So you're feeling it more at the outer side of your left leg now. And it might not be that you go all the way, maybe just part way. Inhaling and exhaling. Try to let the shoulder blades stay down to the mat. They might want to start to peel up. Soft belly, inhaling and exhaling. Every exhale lets things release a little bit further. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowly start to come back up through center. Just pausing for another breath as you maybe can draw that left leg a little closer to you. And slowly release. Let the strap go and let the left leg now come down and meet the right. And just take a moment to see how each side now can match up. When you're ready, slowly reach the arms overhead, bend the knees. And then as you inhale, lift the hips up to knee height, take the arms alongside you, and just coming into a modified bridge. So this might not be the biggest bridge yet. Keep your space between the chest and chin, start to lift up. If you want to roll the shoulders underneath you a little bit, feel free. Just keep the arms long, palms down as you lift. Engage the quadriceps, press the feet into the mat and lift. Imagine you're squeezing the block between your knees. Engage your glutes. Stabilizing through your hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Soft face. And then slowly untuck the shoulders and roll yourself down slowly. Hug the knees in. Take a little rock again, side to side. And then just a few rocks and rolls to come up to hands and knees. Take your time, so no hurry. Crossing at the ankles and coming up onto all fours. Shoulders over wrists, knees under the hips. Take a moment to shift a little side to side. Whatever you need to do, just any gentle movement there. And then start to move into some cat and cow movements, rounding up into the spine, dropping the head. Inhaling, melting to cow, chest releases, gaze can come up, or just close the eyes. One breath, one movement. So sometimes we're linking our breath and movement. And sometimes we're holding postures, but the breath is always fluid. Inhaling and exhaling. This next time, as you come up into your cat pose, try to move the point of emphasis to the right shoulder and then to the left. And then back to the right and left. So sometimes just moving things around a little bit different movement there. And gives us a different experience in the pose. As you're ready, slowly take the knees wide and then take the toes to touch as you press back into your first child's pose. Let the forehead rest down to the mat. Reach your arms nice and long. Send your sitting bones towards your heels. Inhaling and exhaling, knowing this is a great resting pose to come back to anytime you need it. And as you're ready, start to take the hands towards one another into prayer, and then bend the elbows, take the hands behind you, and just stretch a little bit further into the shoulders and the backs of the arms. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently releasing the arms, place the hands and slowly move up onto your knees. Turn the toes and find your way up into your first downward facing dog. So we're going to stay here a little bit to just sort of move things around. Pedal the feet, rise on the toes. Maybe big bend in your knees as you send your sitting bones higher. So whatever little gentle movements you want to make there, feel free. Shake the head yes and no. Put a little bit more weight into the legs. Inhaling and exhaling. Draw the belly in and up. Nice active hands, strong arms, soft elbows. Inhale and rise on your toes. Big bend in your right knee as the left heel sinks. And then if you want, you can even pick that right knee up. Or you can leave the right toes to the mat if that helps for stability. And then when you're ready, start to make big circles around with that right knee. So just a few rounds on that side as we open up the hips. Keep the weight steady through the arms. And then when you're ready, reach your right leg long behind you. Draw strength from your center as you reach. Stabilize from our center. As always, roll out the wrist, the ankle. And then maybe bend the right knee and draw open a little bit further. Reaching the right leg long and then exhaling and just releasing all the way down to the mat. Walk it out. And then rise high on the toes. And then opposite side, right heel sinks, left knee bends, and pick up that foot if you can. Hug it in. And again, if you want to leave it down, that's okay too. And then if that's picked up, you can start to draw those big circles with your left knee in the air, opening up that side. Keep the weight even through your arms, nice and strong. Again, you can point the toes, roll out the ankle, maybe bend the knee and roll open a little further. Inhale and reach left leg long. As you exhale, slowly release it back down. And then rise on your toes, look towards the top of your mat, bend the knees. Big steps up to the mat into your standing forward fold. So take your time here to keep the feet hip distance apart, soft knees. Arms can come down as in ragdoll, or hands can come to either elbow, and just let the upper body hang heavy over the lower body. You can move a little side to side, whatever gentle movement there you need. When you're ready, the hands are at the elbows, start to release them. And take an inhale and lift and lengthen halfway. And then exhale and fold. Bend the knees, press down, lift the gaze, and reach tall all the way up. Exhale the hands through heart center, and just pause for a moment. Inhaling and exhaling. Try to relax the shoulders down the back. If you set some intention or dedication for your practice, maybe call it to mind again. Or maybe some mantra or anything that you would like to keep with you. Just call it back to your practice. Inhaling and exhaling. And then slowly release the arms down to mountain, standing nice and tall. And just find that rooted and grounded feeling down into the earth. Toes are light as you root down through all four corners of your feet. So we're going to start moving a little bit more now. Finding your mountain pose, stand up nice and tall, root down, but rise tall. Big inhale, sweeping the arms overhead. And then exhale, swan dive as you lead with the heart center, forward folding over the legs. And then inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold and plant the hands. Step the left leg back in a low lunge. Inhaling and exhaling. So right knee is about over the right ankle. And then as you exhale next, start to straighten the right leg and bow over it. Just coming onto the tips of the fingers. Left leg is still strong behind you. Inhale and reach the heart center forward, lunging into the right knee. And then exhale and fold over the right leg as you reach a little longer. One more time, inhale and draw the heart center forward, almost taking the chest on the inside of the right leg. And then exhale and reach back. This time, bend into the knee and place the hands. Right leg goes back, finding your high plank or kneeling plank. So this can be here or here, so whatever suits you. We'll come through modified here first. Exhale, bend the elbows, You're on your knees. And all the way down tops of the feet. Inhale, come up, small cobra. And then exhale back, knees, toes turn, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise on your toes, bend your knees, look to where you're landing, big steps back to the top of the mat. Take an inhale to lengthen, and an exhale to fold. Press down and rise, reach tall. Exhale, bring it back to heart center. Inhale and reach all the way back up once again. And then exhale and hinge forward all the way over the legs. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold, plant the hands. Right leg goes back this time. Find that low lunge. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, take a moment, set it up. And then when you're ready, exhale. Bow over the left leg. Right heel staying lifted. Right leg strong behind you. Inhale and reach the heart center forward. Exhale and bow over that left leg. Inhale once again, draw forward. And then exhale, take it back. This time as you lunge into the left knee, set the hands down and then take the leg back. This time we're going to come from high plank, slowly lowering down just to hover and then turn the toes into upward facing dog. You can always stay with cobra. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Inhale to rise on the toes, bend your knees, and walk, step your way back up to the top of the mat. Take an inhale to lengthen, and exhale to fold. Press down to rise, reach tall. Exhale, bring it back to heart center. And just pause in your mountain pose for a moment and see how you're feeling. So take stock in how you're feeling. Really notice, be aware, be present. Keep breathing. Inhale, rise, reach tall. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling to fold. Plant the hands, step back. This time just 3 Sardhanascarya, slowly lowering down. Inhaling to rise, cobra or up dog. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. One movement, one breath. Inhale, exhale to the front. Inhaling, halfway lift. And then exhale to fold. Press down and rise tall. Exhale the hands through center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale and fold forward. Maybe even closing the eyes. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands and step back. Slowly lower down with control from the bend of the elbows. Inhale, broaden, open up. Slowly making your way back. Inhale and rise. Exhale to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Press down and rise tall, reach up. Exhale the hands through. One more Sunday. Inhaling, reaching up. And then exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold, plant the hands and step back. Slowly lowering with control. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. This time we're going to stay in our downward facing dog a few more rounds of breath. So take a moment here. It can be a resting pose. Maybe you want a child's pose. You're always welcome to take it. Inhaling and exhaling. Take another breath in and another breath out. This time when you're ready, rise, bend the knees, and walk your way back up. Lengthen and fold. Press down and rise, reach tall. Exhale the hands through. So just some other variations on our sun salutations as you inhale, rise. As you exhale, fold. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And then this time, big step back with the left foot. Lower lunge this time. Let the left toes come down onto the mat. Inhale and rise, reach up. Inhaling and exhale, hands through heart center. And then you can keep the hands here for a prayer twist, or left hand can come down and reach your right arm up overhead. Inhaling and exhaling, take your time. Inhale and reach up. Maybe you want to reach your right arm behind you a little further, maybe lunging into the right knee a little further. So just little variations you're welcome to take. Inhale up, keeping that right arm up this time, and then slowly just coming down, turning up off of the left knee, right leg goes back. Slowly lower, this time all the way down to the mat. We're going to take 3 wide cobras. So take the fingertips out to the side. So strong belly, you want to keep your low back safe. So never any pinching in the low spine. Only come up as far as it works for you. Inhale and peel up off of your mat. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale and rise. Exhale, slowly come down. Last time. Inhale, keeping the gaze down. Exhale, release. Hands right at your chest level, knees, toes turn. Downward facing dog. Inhale to rise, bend your knees, walk, step your way up. Lengthen and fold. Press down and rise. Same thing, other side. Bring it back to center, and then inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forward. Lengthen and fold. This time, right foot's gonna step back into that low lunge. Drop the right knee, big lunge in your left knee. And again, take a moment to set it up. So if you need to adjust, maybe add a block or anything, you're welcome to. Inhale and rise, making sure that left knee is about over your ankle, not out past your toes. Inhale and then exhale. Hands can come through heart center. And again, this can be a prayer twist if that suits you. Or right hand can come down and then reach your left arm up. Inhaling and exhaling. And then again, if you want to take that option where you're reaching back, maybe lunging a little bit further. Maybe the gaze follows the left hand. Inhaling up. And then exhaling, left hand comes down. Come up and off of your right knee. Left leg goes back. And we lower all the way down with control. 3 wide cobras once again. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Last time. Inhale and peel up. Exhale, slowly lower. Hands to the mat. Knees and toes turn. Downward facing dog. Walking it out. Take a moment. As you're ready, your right leg's gonna reach up and back. Nice big 30-legged dog this time. And then big step through, right foot lands, left foot turns. Warrior 1. Big lunge into your right knee. Hips are turning to the top of your mat. You can keep your hands to hips, or when you're ready, reaching up, press through the outer side of your left foot. Inhaling and exhaling. And when you're ready, slowly start to open it up to your warrior 2. So same big lunge, right knee towards the small toes, but just reach out and open. Maybe lunge a little bit deeper into it, but keep the arms reaching out, gaze forward. Inhale, take it up, reverse. Keeping your lunge, not coming out. And then exhale, slowly release. This time start to straighten the right leg and then slowly coming down into your triangle. Left arm over the right, your gaze can follow if that's comfortable. If not, if you have a block, you're always welcome to add it. Maybe come up a little bit higher. Your choice, your practice, be where you need to be. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking your time. Soft bend in that right knee, slowly reaching up and turn the right toes. 5-pointed star, nice wide stance on your mat. And then just release the hands to the hips, or you can take hands behind you, whatever you'd like. Take an inhale and lengthen, and then exhale to fold in your wide angle forward fold. Crown of the head can come down to the mat if that works for you. Maybe the hands come down too. You can walk them in between your feet, maybe reaching a little longer. One more round of breath. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, slowly start to come on up. So keeping the hands to the mat, take an inhale to lengthen the spine, draw the heart center up, and then as you exhale, reach the right arm up, left arm stays down, do a little twist. And then slowly release, right hand comes down, take another inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, left arm reaches up for that twist. Exhale, slowly release. This time we're going to turn towards the back edge of our mat. Left knee lunges, right foot comes down as you press down and rise up. Warrior 1, other side. Deep lunge in your left knee, pressing down through the outer side of your right foot now. Inhale and sweeping the arms up, rooting down even though And slowly start to open it up to your warrior two. And again, if you need to adjust the feet, feel free to do so. Big lunge in your left knee, reach the arms out so you're deepening the lunge. Reaching the arms out, gaze over the front hand. Inhale, slowly reverse, just taking the right arm behind you, but don't lose your lunge. Inhale, come on back up, pause for a moment, and then softly start to straighten your left leg as you tip forward into your Trikonasana, your triangle on the other side. Right arm over the left this time. Inhaling and exhaling. Let your front knee be soft. Slowly coming on up, soften that right knee, left toes turn. And then this time, toe heel your feet in. We're gonna come into a big goddess squat. So lunging into both knees, let your arms come in, palms up, inhaling and exhaling nice and strong. Try not to clench the toes. Root down into your feet. Inhaling and exhaling. And then slowly straightening the legs, turning back towards the top of the mat. Just cartwheel the arms down, plant the hands, and take the right leg back. High plank, 3 rounds of breath. Inhaling and exhaling, nice and strong. One long line of energy. Use your whole body strength. Slight tuck of your tail, engage your abdominal muscles. And then slowly exhale, slowly coming all the way down, or just to hover. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Walking it out as you like. And rise on your toes, bend your knees, and then come only about 3/4 of the way up onto your mat. Malasana low squat. You're welcome to add a block behind you. If you want to add a little seat, take the hands to heart center, let the elbows guide the knees open. If you don't want the block, no worries at all. Heels may or may not be down. If they are, you can let the toes be light. Now you bow the head for a moment. See if you can settle in a little bit more. Inhaling and exhaling. And then as you're ready, start to release the hands, start to straighten the legs. Toe heel in a little bit. Take one more forward fold. Bend the knees and press down and rise, reach up. Exhale the hands through and just come back to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So take a moment here to adjust your footing, maybe just find your balance again. We're going to move into our standing variation of what we did reclining. So it's our standing big toe pose, Pada Uttanasana, which is what we did reclining with the strap or without. So I'll show you briefly how you can do it with the strap, and if you are familiar and maybe you don't want to use the strap, no worries at all. If you want to be near a wall for any support, you're always welcome to. So if you're using your strap, you're going to take it around the foot just like we did before, and you can use that left hand to the hip. In this case, you're drawing your right knee in, and then you're going to extend that leg out and to the side as well. Try to stay up nice and tall. You don't want to start leaning to the left. Back to center. If you want to take the twist, the left hand can come to the strap, and then the right arm goes, ooh, balance. Twisting to the right. So notice that you're not taking the leg across the body, your leg is staying in front of you as you twist from the belly. So if you're not using your strap, your peace fingers down around your big toe as you hug in, hugging the right knee into the midline of the body. The left arm can go out for balance. Right leg out ahead of you. To the side. Fix your gaze. Oh, my balance is not here tonight. And then coming back to center. Again, if you want to add that twist, your left hand comes to the foot, and then you twist from the belly. Sorry, my balance is not there at all. Reaching out with the right arm behind you. So again, you can use your strap or not, whatever works for you. Take a time or two on that side to play with it. You can always use your wall as a support. Another way that we can work on this if hips are very tight is even just to hug that right knee in and work on this aspect of it without even letting the leg get straight. So just seeing how that works. And notice the difference obviously between reclining and standing. So hopefully we're a little more warm now. So this feels familiar, but obviously different. When you're done on your right side, just go ahead and release, kind of shake it out. You can take a little forward fold, maybe another little squat. Whatever is good for you. Come on back up to standing. And then taking the other side. So this time your right leg is your support and your left leg's gonna be bent. Again, you can add your strap around the ball of your left foot and use that out ahead of you the same way that we did. Just elongates your arm, give you a little bit more to work with. If you want to take the peace fingers around the big toe, that works as well. Standing up nice and tall. Try not to let that left knee kind of fall open as you begin. Really hug it all in nice and tight. You want your right knee soft and not locking out that supporting joint on the right side. So you're hugging it in. Your left leg extends. Strong breath still, nice and slow. Out to the side. And then back to center. I'm moving through this a little more quickly. You don't need to move so quickly. Stay as long as you'd like on each part. And then if you want to twist it, your right hand reaches to the outside of that foot and your left arm reaches back to twist. Again, apologies, my balance is not good this evening. Anyway, so take your time through that. And again, you can keep it with the knee just bent and maybe just practice your balance here, here, and eventually straightening up. You want to stay nice and tall. Again, feel free to use a wall, piece of furniture, anything that's near you for some balance support. Take your time through that side. Whenever you're ready, again, you can just take a nice little forward fold. Maybe take the feet a little bit wider. Kind of release a little bit side to side. And then as you're ready, just make your way to your downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling, walking the feet in place. And rising on your toes, pedaling the feet. Reach your right leg back when you're ready. Big bend in your right knee. So I'm going to recommend lizard. If lizard is too much, you can always come to pigeon. Right foot's going to come down and then walk its way out to the right side of your mat. Maybe the toes even come off. So there's lots of places to be here. You can have a block in front of you as well. If that works, maybe just coming to the hands. Big lunge into the right knee. You can let your left knee come down. Left toes can stay under or go flat. And then maybe come down onto the forearms if that works for you. If you want to be a little more passive in your lizard, you can keep that left leg down. If you want to be a little more active, keep your left leg lifted. And again, pigeon is another option here if this is just not working for you. Nice and strong here. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe play with it. Maybe let the knee come down for a few rounds of breath. See where you can soften. See if there's any little micro adjustments to do. Let the head and neck relax. Be here for just another little while. If you've dropped the left knee and want to go ahead and lift it up, feel free. Start to walk the right foot out and send the right leg back to a forearm plank. And we're going to stay here for just a few rounds of breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And then slowly start to send your hips up, walk your feet a little bit further. You can keep the forearms for a moment, dolphin. And then when you're ready, walk back up to the hands, adjust your downward facing dog, walk it out, whatever you need. If you want to take a child's pose, that's always there for you. Whenever you're ready, your left foot is going to come forward into your lizard. Again, pigeon is an option. Left foot's going to walk out to the side. Maybe the toes come off of your mat onto your hands, or you can always add a block in front of you. If it works to come down to forearms, feel free to be there. Again, back leg, right leg can stay more active, or you can start to drop that right knee down. And maybe settle into it a little further here. Let the head and neck release. Keep your thoughts from coming back in. Try to keep your mind clear, focus on your breath. Sometimes as we start to stay in our postures a little longer, it's easy to sort of drift back off of our mat to other things. One more round of breath. And when you're ready, picking up that right knee, if it's down, a little more active, inhaling and exhaling. And then if you can, walk that left foot back and just let the left leg come to meet the right into your forearm plank. Just 3 rounds of breath here, nice and strong, one long line of energy. Engage your core strength. And then as you're ready, send your hips up and back. Start to walk the feet in for your brief dolphin pose. Try to lift a little bit up out of your shoulders for a moment. And then as you're ready, coming back up to the hands, again, adjust to find yourself back in your downward facing dog. And then slowly just release down onto your knees. Come to a seat. And we're going to cross right over left. So you can take your left foot underneath you, crossing under. Reach your right arm up and around behind you. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And as you exhale, twisting to the right, the left elbow can bend, or you can keep the arm straight if that works better. As you inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, revolve, gazing back if that's comfortable for the neck. Every inhale lengthens you a little further. Every exhale twists a little further. One last round of breath. Slowly undoing. Counter twist in the other direction, just briefly. And then slowly uncross, right. And then left's going to come over top, the right leg's going to come underneath. Left arm reaches up and back, right arm reaches up overhead. Get as long as you can, so not leaning back. You won't be able to twist as much if you're leaning back. So really lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, twist, right elbow bends. As you twist, gazing back towards your left shoulder. Again, right arm can stay straight or bent as you'd like. See where you need to be. No must-dos. exhaling. Every inhale lengthens you. Every exhale twists you a little more. Soft belly as you twist. Inhaling and exhaling, slowly unwinding and counter twisting in the other direction. And slowly release, just uncrossing the legs. Coming back long ways on your mat for a moment. Just take the soles of the feet together, sit up nice and tall, lengthen. And then as you exhale, lead with the heart center to come down over the legs. Hands can come to the mat, or maybe forearms as you bow over. If it works better to have the feet a little further away from you, feel free to adjust that. Just one last seated pose here. Gently walk your way up as you're ready. Take the knees towards one another. Reach your legs nice and long. Up a little bit on your mat. Sit up nice and tall. Staff pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Take a great big inhale as you reach up. And then exhale and reach as far as you can, but we're not staying. We're just going to come halfway. And then inhale to rise. Exhale the hands to heart center and start to just roll your way down onto the mat. Moving nice and slow, all the way down. Let your arms come long at your sides. Inhaling and exhaling. If you have your block nearby, feel free to grab it now. And then take the knees to bend. We're going to come back into our bridge pose. Inhale and lift up. This time we're going to add our block beneath us. If you don't have a block, don't worry. Just come back to bridge where we began. And you can set the hips down onto your block if you have one. Otherwise, just staying in our sort of easy bridge pose, not the full extent. Inhaling and exhaling. You can take your block at whatever level suits you, just making sure that it's across your tailbone, your sacrum, not on your spine. If you want to leave your block where it is, feel free. If you want to come off of it, or if you're just in a regular bridge, start to let yourself come down to the mat. And then gently just take one leg overhead at a time. Take a moment to roll out your ankles, move your toes. Just let the legs and feet have a little break from carrying you around. You can always take this anytime towards the end of the day. I find is a nice release for the legs and the feet, especially if you're in an occupation where you're on your feet a lot or just around the house a lot. Just letting everything reverse, blood flow in the opposite direction. If you have trouble getting to sleep, this is a nice one to do before bed as well. And take another round of breath. And when you're ready, you're going to start to take one leg down at a time. If you're on your block, gently press into the feet to lift up and off of it. And then coming down onto the mat, hug the knees in. Taking one more supine twist here. So let the feet come down to the mat. So you're going to take right leg over left, lift and shift your hips to the right. I know this is lots of rights and lefts. You can reach your arms out to the side, just in a T position, and then let the right leg take you over to the left.
So just a slight variation on a supine twist. Again, you can adjust this as you'd like. Inhaling and exhaling. Take time if you need to lift and adjust, replanting the shoulder blades down to the mat. A little less of a belly twist, just a little more outer hip stretch there. Take your time to come up and out when you're ready. And back up, lift and set your hips back down in your central position, and then let your right leg come off. Take a moment to windshield wiper the knees or any little movement you need to counter with in between. And then when you're ready, left leg is going to come over right. Lift your hips, shift them to the left, and then you're twisting to the right. So the heaviness of that left leg draws you over, and you might find the need to lift the right shoulder blade and come back down to the mat. Arms can be extended if it feels better to sort of cactus the arms or just reach them overhead. And whatever you'd like. Left arm overhead in this case is nice. Just reaching sort of a little more side body stretch on that side. There's always little variations to take the same posture a little differently. Inhaling and exhaling. Whenever you're ready, coming back through center. Shifting back to neutral. Let the left leg come back over. Hug the knees in, take a little rock side to side, and then we'll come to our full dead bug as our final pose. Soles of the feet towards the sky, reaching up either to the outside edges of the feet or again, peace fingers around your big toes. Relax your face, your jaw, bend your elbows to let the knees bend, and let your tailbone stay down onto the mat. You can take a little rock more into your happy baby, maybe extending one leg out and then the other. Take what you need. Give yourself this time to feel what you need to feel and be completely present in your body, connected with your breath. As you're ready to release, go ahead and just take the legs down onto the mat. Any last adjustments, movements, stretches you need, feel free to take them. Otherwise, coming down into your Shavasana corpse pose. Everything released heavy onto the mat, nice and neutral. Inhaling and exhaling. Just be here for a few minutes. Let your body have this time to rest and rejuvenate and acclimate all the work that it's done. Let yourself be completely still for just another minute or two. Slowly start to awaken your body from wherever it's drifted, gently moving in any way that feels natural to you. Joy comes from trusting each moment. That's the secret of joy. Receive it now, then pass it on with a smile and a kind word
to all who come along your path. Slowly make yourself up into a seated position. Take your time, invite your hands to heart center and gratitude to yourself for taking the time to practice and to those practicing with you, near or far. The light truly honors the light in me truly honors the light in each one of you. As we bow forward, thank you for joining me tonight. Namaste. We will see you back for another Facebook Live class soon, and feel free to check out all of our other offerings on our YouTube channel. Practices that are shorter, some that are longer, a little bit of everything. So thanks again, and have a good evening.